Number 1, Verde Island. Wait. Sa Batangas ako pinanganak at lumaki, kaya marami-rami na rin akong napuntahang mga beaches dito sa amin. And nung bata ako, madalas kong naririnig ang tungkol sa Verde Island or Isla Verde. Pero hanggang rinig lang ako nun. It wasn't until travel vlogger na ako nung finally ay makatungtong ako dito. And totoo nga, nakakamangha ang ganda nito. Maraming naggagandahang beach attractions dito tulad ng Mahabang Buhangin, Sawang Beach, and Cueva Sitio. Hindi kasi tulad ng most na beaches dito sa Batangas na very commercialized na, ang Isla Verde ay nananatiling pristine. Kahit na nasasakop ito ng Batangas City na isang ganap na lungsod, itong island na ito ay hindi masyadong developed dala na rin ng isolated na location ito. Probably for the better dahil mas napapangalagaan ang likas na ganda ng mga beaches nito. Pero ang totoong treasure ng Verde Island ay wala sa dalampasigan kundi nasa ilalim ng mga alon. Sitting in the middle of Verde Island Passage, ibang klase ang underwater scenery dito. It's described as the center of the world's marine biodiversity by a Smithsonian Institute study in 2007. Center of the center may seem correct, pero yun talaga yung term na ginamit. Nung minsan nga na mag-dive ang mga scientists dito for research, nakatuklas sila ng daang bagong species. And kahit hindi ka diver, kahit magsasnorkel ka lang, makakasilip ka na sa tinatago nitong wonders underneath. From the mainland, it takes about 45 minutes to get here by boat. And unless magrerenta ka ng private na bangka, prepare na mag-overnight dito dahil yung public boat, once a day lang. But don't expect na may posh na resort ha. Mas no frills and very basic lang ang karamihan ng mga accommodations. Again, isang biyahe lang ng bangka ang meron papunta dito per day and nakaschedule ito ng around 9 a.m. Kasi, minsan, umaalis na yung bangka basta mapuno na. So, if ma-miss mo yung boat na to, wala nang iba pang public boat na pwede mong sakyan papunta doon sa Verde Island. Kapag ganon, private boat rental na lang ang pwede mong gawin. And medyo pang big group yon kasi medyo mahal. 7,500 yon na good naman for 20 packs. May Verde Island travel guide na ginawa ang teammates namin sa Philippine Beach List. Yun ang channel nila dito sa YouTube. So if interested kayo, panoorin nyo na lang ang video na yon and subscribe na rin kayo sa kanila. Pero isa lang ang Verde Island sa mga magagandang beaches na pwede mong ma-enjoy dito sa Batangas. And in this episode, iisa-isahin natin yung iba pa. Pero this list is not in any particular order ha. Ninumberan lang natin for easier reference. Hey there, Tipiter! I'm your Batanggenyo travel vlogger, Yosh. Before tayo magpatuloy, kung hindi ka pa nakasubscribe dito sa channel natin, don't forget to do just that. Itap mo lang ang subscribe button, ring the bell beside it, and select all para hindi mo ma-miss ang mga episodes natin. Kung sa Facebook ka naman nanonood, hit like and follow para join ka na rin sa 1 million strong community natin doon. In this video, we're all about Batangas beaches. While Batangas also offers other attractions bukod sa mga magagandang churches, majestic mountains, and distinct na mga pagkain, yung seaside talaga nito yung pinaka nagdodraw ng mga turista. Dahil na rin sa proximity nito sa Manila, madalas ito yung favorite na beach destination para sa mga weekend warriors na naghahanap ng mapupuntahang dagat. Pero bago yan, set muna natin yung expectations nyo. Dito sa Batangas, wala kang makikitang beach na may super duper fine and white na sand. Dito sa amin, you will find some interesting shores. Merong mga sandy, merong mga rocky, merong mga pebbly. Yung ibang beaches, oo, extremely popular and crowded, pero marami rin namang secluded, tulad ng nabanggit nating Verde Island kanina. Pero ano man yung vibe na hinahanap mo, marami kang makikitang mga beaches na worth it pa rin namang puntahan. So, eto na. Tuloy na natin. Number 2, Laia. Laia is one of the most popular and most developed na rin na beach destination sa Batangas. And hindi mo madedenay na yung stretch na to sa San Juan has seen thousands and thousands of tourists, lalo na kapag peak season. Actually, yung term na Laia, technically, it refers to 2 barangays, pero medyo loose na yung paggamit ngayon kasi even yung katabing barangay like Barangay Hugom, yung mga resorts doon, marami sa kanila are being marketed as Laia pa rin. Even yung pinaka-pinupuntahan dito na public beach, nasa Hugom rin. Pero siguro mas may recall lang talaga yung term na Leia dahil mas nauna itong sumikat. Anyway, sa video na to, gamitin na lang natin ang Leia as a blanket term. And its coast is peppered with resorts that range from budget to high-end ones, making it a great option para sa mga travelers na naghahanap ng lugar na pwede silang makapag-relax. Leia is also a popular venue para sa mga corporate events, team building, planning, ganyan. Dahil dyan, marami-rami na rin kaming na-try na resorts dito. Naalala ko yung planning namin dati nung nag-office pa ako sa Aqua Verde Ginanap, tapos yung ibang team naman sa Aquatico. Nakapag-stay na rin kami dito sa La Luz Beach Resort, and more recently, na-try din namin ang Club Leia na may dalawang klaseng accommodations. Ang Camperisti na may mga beachfront camper trailers, good for 4 to 6 packs, and Cocoons na air-conditioned pods na mukhang pipes na pangdalawahan lang. Nakastay na rin kami sa Cala Leia, which offers a more secluded experience. Seaside pa rin naman ito, pero wala ito nung usual na magandang powdery beach talaga. But what it lacks in that department, they make up for in its range of activities na available. Ang daming pwedeng gawin, pwedeng mag-kayak and even archery. If you're looking for resorts, you can search on Klook. And you can score discounts if you book on thepoortraveler.net/Klook. Itong link na yan, it will lead you sa Klook website or sa app kung sa mobile ka nanonood. Then you can also use our promo code TPTKLOOK5 for up to 500 pesos off. Or promo code ThePoorTravelerKLOOK for 300 pesos off. Yung mga code na yan may change over time, kaya best to just visit thepoortraveler.net/Klook, single L yung traveler, para sa mga updated codes. If mas bet mo sa Agoda mag-book, pwede mong gamitin yung promo code namin na AgodaTPT. Up to 10% off yan. That's a big discount, especially for more expensive resorts. Kasi kung mas mahal yung resort, mas malaki yung discount mo. Visit thepoortraveler.net/Agoda naman for instructions on how to get this huge discount. Anyway, to get to Leia, from Manila, board a bus bound for San Juan, Batangas. Yung Alps Bus Company may terminal yan sa Cubao, Buendia, PTEX, BGC, and Alabang. Pero depende sa ruta and traffic conditions, it should take you around 3 hours papunta sa San Juan Terminal. Ang fare is around 300 pesos per person. Pwede kayong mag-jeepney or tricycle papunta sa Leia Beach or Hugom Beach. And kung willing to wait ka, yung jeepney naman, 50 to 60 pesos lang yung pamasahe. Pero may mga tricycle din. Yung special na trip, nasa 350 pesos. Depende sa destination. Number 3, Masasa Beach. We can easily say na ang Masasa Beach is arguably the best beach in Tingloy, na isang island municipality in Batangas. Para nga sa iba, ito yung best beach sa Batangas. I still remember yung first time na nakatapak ako dito sa Masasa Beach, more than a decade ago na. Sobrang quiet. Walang mga establishments at all sa beach. And yung friend namin na si Harry, sinama ako papunta dito. And kami lang yung tao talaga. Hindi pa ito kasi ganun kasikat. Pero a lot has changed since then. From being a hidden gem, very quickly became one of the hottest spots to visit in Batangas. Yung sand dito, hindi sparkling white. Mas malapit sa light gray. Pero hindi mo naman siya mapapansin right away kapag tirik ang araw. Pero kapag cloudy or umuulan, mapapansin mo yung difference na yon, and makaka-affect kasi siya sa overall vibe. So make sure na kung bibisita kayo dito and gusto nyo ng picturesque na view talaga, na maayos yung weather or nasa good mood yung langit. But what I love the most about Masasa Beach ay hindi yung sand, pero yung crystal clear waters nito na may various shades of blue, from shimmering turquoise to deep cobalt and cerulean. It's so amazing to see from the top of a nearby rock formation. From here, you can also go on a boat tour, which will take you to other stunning nooks and crannies of the island. Para makapunta sa Masasa Beach from Manila, kailangan mo munang makarating sa Anilao Port. Board a bus bound for Batangas City Grand Terminal. Nasa 2 to 3 hours in travel time, and ang pamasahe is 250 pesos, around that much. And from the Batangas City Grand Terminal, ride a jeepney to either Anilao Port or Talaga Port. Nagpapalit kasi yung port na ginagamit, depende sa season. 70 pesos yung fare. At the port, dalawa yung environmental fees na kailangan mong bayaran. Isa for Mabini and isa for Tingloy. 50 pesos each yan, tapos terminal fee rin na 5 pesos. Then, kung nasa Angkor ka man, board a ferry that will take you to Tingloy Port. This can be Tingloy Ferry or Montenegro Lines. Ang travel time ay 40 minutes. Tapos pagdating mo sa Tingloy Port, ride a tricycle to Masasa Beach jump-off point. 80 pesos naman yan per tricycle. Number 4, Sepok Beach. Ang Sepok Beach or Sepok Point sits at the northwestern tip of Tingloy Island, not too far away from Masasa Beach and Anilao. Privately owned ito and managed by Eagle Point Beach Resort, which means it's usually quieter and less crowded compared sa mga public beaches sa Batangas. Mas maigi na mag-book na lang kayo ng boat tour from Eagle Point Resort mismo. Itong Sepok Point is a great spot to unwind because there's not much to do here other than soaking up the sun or swimming sa tubig nito. Some years ago, we were able to hike up the nearby hill for a panoramic view of Sombrero Island. Sobrang ganda ng view, kitang-kita yung pagka-blue ng tubig. Pero nung visit namin last year, we were told na off-limits na to. To get to Eagle Point Resort via public transportation, you should take a bus to Batangas City Grand Terminal, then ride a jeepney to Mabini Town Center or Anilao Port or Talaga Port. Tapos, charter a tricycle to Eagle Point Resort. Tapos, doon na lang kayo kumuha ng boat tour. Nag-a-accept din yung Eagle Point Resort ng day trippers. By the way, we have a list of all the resorts na na-try namin sa Batangas and yung mga na-mention dito. Punta lang kayo sa TPT Master List. So, visit www.thepoortraveler.net/masterlist and scroll down lang kayo until makita nyo yung section about Batangas. You can also find all these links sa description ng video na to and sa pinned comment. Number 5, Sombrero Island. Ang cute na Sombrero Island ay nasa Tingloy din pero accessible from Anilao. But it's not hard to explain kung bakit tinawag itong Sombrero Island kasi isang tingin nyo pa lang from any angle, mukha talaga itong sombrero. It has a rounded grass-covered peak that slopes down to a white-ish bed of sand. Maliit lang yung island. Sobrang liit niya lang. So, hindi mo kailangan ng napakaraming time dito kung gusto mong dumaan. It's usually just a stop on the way to or from Sepok Beach, which is located hindi kalayuan. Your boat can dock here and you can spend some time lazing on its beach or swim, pero may bayad lang na 200 pesos na entrance fee. If you're staying at a resort in Anilao, they might be offering boat tours to Sombrero too. Itanong nyo na lang sa staff ng resort ninyo. It's also a popular beach destination for hikers and mountaineers na umaakyat sa kalapit ng Mount Gulugod Baboy. Many hikers make a day trip to this island after their climb bago bumalik sa Manila. So yung papunta dito is similar lang din nung papunta sa Sepok or sa beach. Well, almost. Basta pupunta ka pa rin sa Batangas City Grand Terminal. Tapos from there, jeepney to either Mabini Town or Anilao Port or Talaga Port. Tapos mag-tricycle na lang kayo from there papunta sa kung saan mang resort kayo nagsistay. Usually, yung mga resorts naman meron silang mare-refer na boat tour. Number 6, Fortune Island. Ito naman, very popular na camping destination off the coast of Nasugbu, sa kabilang side na to of the province. Medyo malaki kasi yung Batangas, guys. Sikat na sikat din to kahit sa amin sa Batangas. Bata pa lang ako, alam ko na to. And I even read about it sa National Museum dahil sa ilalim ng tubig nito, merong shipwreck dive sites, including the Dutch warship Mauritius na lumubog noong 1600s. Pero yung pinaka nakakakuha ng atensyon ng casual travelers dito ay yung Grecian-style pillars and statues nila na perched dramatically atop a limestone cliff. Sobrang scenic kasi and very IG-worthy, kung baga. And iba yung atmosphere na fina-foster nito. Parang feeling mo wala ka sa Batangas, ganun. But these structures are actually remnants of a once exclusive luxury resort built in the late 90s. Sabi nila, nagsara daw yung resort na yon kasi mahirap lang i-maintain dahil walang natural fresh water na source doon sa island mismo. So medyo mahirap yung operations. And eventually, nagsara sila ng 2006. Pero, syempre, yung mga adventurers, pumupunta pa rin. Despite the lack of accommodations, campers and day trippers still make their way here to soak up the sun, snap that iconic cliffside photo, or wala lang, mag-enjoy lang sa buhangin, ganyan. To get here, board a bus to Nasugbu, Batangas at a terminal in Buendia, MRT Taft, or PTEX. Ang travel time usually 3 to 4 hours, depende sa traffic, and yung pamasahe is 160 to 250 pesos, depende kung saan ka manggagaling. Alight at Nasugbu town proper, tapos mag-tricycle kayo to Fortune Island Resort na jump-off point to the island. So, iba pa tong Fortune Island Resort ha, nasa mainland to. Tapos, dun kayo sasakay ng bangka, papunta sa island. Yung boat transfer costs 4,000 pesos for 1 to 4 passengers, 4-5 naman kung 5 to 8 passengers. Tapos may separate pa na entrance fee. Kung day tripper ka, 350 pesos and 500 pesos naman kung overnighter. Number 7, Nasugbu Coves. Yung Fortune Island, maganda yan, pero it's not the only beach destination in Nasugbu na dapat mong i-check out. Ang mainland Nasugbu kasi, yung mga jagged corners and rugged edges niya are filled with supple sand, creating small, secluded coves. This is probably why the town is a favorite among private and exclusive beach resort developers. Marami sa mga beach resorts na to are for members or residents only, tulad ng Punta Fuego, Camilo Coast, ganyan. Pero pwede pa rin ma-access by booking a unit. Popular din dito yung Tali Beach and Canyon Cove. But there are also a number of beaches na open naman to the public. Sunchasers on a shoestring can head to Barangay Calayo or Barangay Papaya, where you can charter a boat or join a group tour that will take you to San Telmo Cove, where you can snorkel to your heart's content, Taytayin Cove, kung saan pwede kang mag-cliff jumping dito sa may iconic arch nila, Layag-Layag Beach na may good stretch din of fair sand, Between Cove, which is sa private property, pero they welcome day trippers and overnight campers for a fee, and Kairaang Cove Sandbar, where you can wade and waddle. It lies off another private strip, which is why yung mga bangka are only permitted hanggang sa sandbar pero hindi dun sa mismong beach. Calayo also has its own beach, which is accessible to the public din. Yung buhangin dito is more like tan or beige at best, and nung last visit namin, medyo maingay kasi may mga nagvi-video kahit na ang aga-aga. But there are a good number of beachfront resorts naman here, and as mentioned, it's a common jump-off point to the aforementioned coves. Aforementioned? Island hopping dito costs 3,000 pesos, good for 5 persons or 600 pesos per person. Yung boatman namin kapag nagvi-visit kami dito is si Kuya Marvin, and you may reach him through his number. Kaya lang medyo pangit talaga yung signal dito, so it's much better to contact him through his wife's Facebook account. Yan, makikita nyo sa screen nyo. If your destination is close to the town proper like Canyon Cove from Manila, pwede kayo mag-bus bound for Nasugbu sa DLTB Co bus terminal sa LRT Buendia. 2 to 3 hours yung biyahe, depending on the traffic condition, and yung pamasahes around 240 pesos. Tapos, tricycle lang kayo papunta sa resort na destination nyo. 100 to 200 pesos per tricycle, depende sa destination. Kung sa Calayo naman kayo pupunta, mas maganda na sa PTEX na lang kayo sumakay. Tapos, akit kayo sa bus bound for Nasugbu, pero via Kaibiyang Tunnel. Tapos, dun kayo bumaba sa Barangay Luok Court. Kasi, from here, pwede nyo nang i-tricycle yung Calayo. 100 pesos lang yung tricycle dito. Good for 3 people na yon. Tapos, 10 minutes na lang yon. Much shorter and much cheaper ito kumpara sa kung bababa ka sa Nasugbu Town proper na malayo na yon. Pag ito-tricycle nyo yon, yung Calayo from Nasugbu Town proper, nasa 500 pesos na yun per ride. Number 8, Calatagan Beaches. Calatagan, isa yan sa mga paborito naming destinations dito sa Batangas kasi may mahaba rin itong stretch ng shoreline, dotted with beach resorts. Ilan sa pinakasikat ay ang Stilts Calatagan Beach Resort, Manuel Uy Beach, and Casobe or Calatagan South Beach, na home to Aquaria Water Park and Cocoons. Yes, similar dun sa Cocoons na nabanggit ko na kanina na nasa Laia. So, I think same owner yata to or same developer. Yung Stilts nga, alone, meron siyang 3 separate coves agad eh. 3 beaches na iba-iba. Kahit alin dyan yung piliin nyo, expect calm, shallow waters, especially kapag low tide. As in, guys, mababa talaga yung tubig. Minsan nga hindi tumataas sa tuhod. Na perfect naman for families with kids or those seeking a laid-back blazing on the beach. Pero meron akong mga kilala na ayaw nila ng mabababaw na tubig eh. Mas gusto nila yung nakaka-swim talaga. So, kung ganun yung gusto nyo, pwede naman sa ibang beaches. Meron kasing spots na pwede talagang mag-swim, kaya lang malayo pa yung lalakarin mo from the shore. Ganun. Hindi ko alam kung anong type of beach goer ka, pero just keep it in mind kapag magbubook kayo ng resort sa Calatagan. Sitting on a peninsula that juts into the Verde Island Passage, Calatagan is a great spot for snorkeling too, thanks to its vibrant marine life. Dati nga nung bata ako, pupunta lang ako sa tubig, tapos kahit nakapikit na ako, sure ako na meron akong mahahawakang starfish. Kahit nakapikit. Ganun kadami. Dati. Ngayon, konti na lang. Pero anyway, isa pa sa mga dinarayo dito ay yung Starfish Island and yung sandbar called Little Boracay, na both ideal for photos and a quick dip. So, itong Starfish Island and Little Boracay, pwede nyo itong i-boat tour, tapos pwede rin kayo na mag-rent ng balsa or raft from the mainland. We're not gonna delve deeper into the beaches here kasi meron kaming separate videos dedicated to various resorts sa Calatagan like Aquaria, Manuel Uy, Stilts. Tapos meron na rin kaming Calatagan travel guide. Pero gagawa kami ng mas updated very soon. Pero search nyo na lang yung channel na to for more of these videos para mas makita nyo yung mga rates, yung mga details, kung anek-anek. Tsaka yung how to get there pala. And Calatagan is also where you'll find one of the 2 Spanish-era lighthouses in Batangas. Ito yung Calatagan Lighthouse, also known as Cape Santiago Lighthouse, na tinayo noong 1890 using red bricks and limestone. It's one of the oldest functioning lighthouses dito sa Pilipinas. So, kanina sabi ko, may 2 Spanish-era lighthouses dito sa Batangas. Nasaan yung isa? Welcome to Malabrigo. This is the location of the other Spanish-era lighthouse na binanggit ko kanina. And they continue to function to this day. It also stands proudly on a cliff, tulad ng sa Calatagan, overlooking a pebble beach. Yes, pebble beach. You see, Malabrigo isn't your typical tropical beach. Hindi fine sand yung nandito, kundi smooth gray and white pebbles. Iba-iba yung laki, merong maliliit, meron namang parang panghilod. Yung, alam niyo yun, which might explain why it doesn't draw the same crowds as the other Batangas beaches. Pero ako, sobrang nagagandahan ako dito kahit hindi siya mabuhangin. Tucked away in the quiet town of Lobo, it takes a bit of effort to reach. Actually, mag-expect ka ng scenic, pero winding na drive along mountain roads. Pero siguro yung location na to and yung pagiging hindi ganun ka-accessible nito is exactly what helped preserve its raw, untouched charm. The beach remains clean and peaceful, at least nung huling visit namin, with crystal clear water na perfect for a quiet retreat. Ilang taon na rin kasi since nakarating kami dito, so siguro dapat bumalik na kami. Pero ang ganda ng mga memories namin dito. Number 10, Matabungkay. Ito naman nasa Lian. And sobrang sikat nito dati. From the 1950s to the 90s, kung merong Eat Beach ang Batangas, yung parang poster beach, ito yon, Matabungkay yon. Back when, very serene pa and hindi ganun ka-develop tong Matabungkay. Today, it's buzzing with beach resorts, rental and food stalls, videoke huts, and iba-ibang activities from swimming and snorkeling to riding traditional bamboo floating rafts. And ang dami nila, ang daming balsa dito. The area though remains popular for families and groups seeking an affordable getaway. Though kung pupunta kayo dito, try nyo na midweek to avoid the crowd. I have fond memories of Matabungkay kasi dito ako nagtrabaho for a couple of months after college. And I truly enjoyed my stay here back then. However, I would be remiss if I didn't mention na dun sa mga visits ko, minsan yung bustle of vendors can be too much. Yung mga nag-aalok, nagbebenta, ganyan. If you're after a more lively type of beach getaway, this might be for you. Pero if you're seeking peace and quiet, I believe Lian has other coves that can offer a more relaxing vibe. Hindi pa nga lang namin sila napuntahan. Dito sa Lian, Matabungkay pa lang talaga yung nabibisita namin. So sana makapunta rin kami sa ibang mga beaches ng Lian. In our next video, we'll be enumerating all the beach resorts naman that we have tried in Batangas in recent years. If interested ka dyan, click the subscribe button now, ring the bell beside it, and select all so you won't miss any of our future uploads. If you enjoyed this video, help us with the algorithm by commenting on and liking this video and save our promo codes for discounts. And remember, plan smart, travel safe, and make every trip worth it.